Hello, everyone, and welcome to Who Won the Week, your weekly dose of TV news and analysis. My name is Aaron Taub. I am EDO's content marketing manager. We got a very special episode today on the Upfronts. I am joined today by our VP of Brand Partnerships, Rebecca Sandage. Rebecca, how you doing? How are you holding up watching all these presentations this week?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me. One of the most exciting weeks of the year in our industry, and it's been really fun. We've had some really good presentations so far.
Yeah, I think so. And just to give the audience a little bit of an update, we are recording this Tuesday afternoon. We have watched NBC Universal, Fox,
hmm
Amazon, and Televisa Univision. And hopefully next week we'll have a chance to talk about Disney, WBD, Netflix, and YouTube. And yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Rebecca, high level thoughts from the upfronts. We'll talk a little bit about each of the ones we've seen so far, but kind of overall, what stands out to you so far?
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about the one that I most recently watched, which was Amazon. And I mean, like, wow, talk about star power. I felt like they just kind of knocked it out of the park. They were so relevant and they had such good celebrities in there. I know that in our sales team Slack group we were all talking about like what we were excited to watch, and I think they did a good job really building excitement.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Amazon, the thing was you always knew that they knew more about consumer shopping behavior than any company in the world ever. And you knew that they had the advertising technology chops to target and serve the right ads to the right people. And it's just been sort of about, they have all these people who are locked into Prime
Yeah.
subscriptions, and it just can they build a content library to get people to watch? And I thought this was a really impressive presentation. I think the Hannah Waddingham, Octavia Spencer action comedy drama spy show is something I would watch. I thought that
Yeah.
um, you know, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is making a Tomb Raider TV show for them, which is just sort of feels kind of Barbie-esque with a celebrated female auteur takes on uh, an intellectual property with a
Yeah.
perhaps a controversial gender politics. I'm very excited to see what she does with it.
She can do
Um,
no wrong in my
and
opinion.
yeah,
I adore her. But yeah, I think Amazon, like, they really came out and they actually, I think they literally said we're trying to give something for everybody, like both in terms of accessing the content, with their new ad supported tier, but just to like the wide variety of programs they have. I think that they are really like looking to find that engaged audience in all these different kind of ways, right? Like, so you mentioned the Hannah Waddingham show. The other things that really stood out to me that I'm excited for are honestly like some of these documentaries that they're coming out with, like the Federer one, um, the NASCAR one. I think that those are really interesting. Also a good way for Amazon to really, put their stake in the like, hey, we are into sports. We know what we're talking about. They're going to continue with Thursday night football. They're going to do the Black Friday game, and there was one more football game that they
they're
announced. Was
getting
it a
an
wild card game?
NFL wild card playoff game next year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, from just like the scripted content to the documentaries to, the sports content, it really does seem like they have something for everyone. And we've seen that the Thursday night football has done really well in our data in terms of driving that um, per person, per second engagement with the advertising. So, like advertisers that have been in Thursday night football in the past, I think they see what, like 70% higher engagement. So, good way to expand on that next year.
Absolutely, and two things that I think were tent poles across some of these programs are live sports, which, as we know, is sort of the heart, the soul, the spleen of modern live convergent TV viewing,
hmm
and especially women's sports. So Amazon was talking about we have WNBA, we're going to have Caitlin Clark's first home game as a member of the Indiana Fever, and Fox really talked up their women's sports portfolio. I was really happy to see them highlight. They had 14 NCAA women's basketball games in broadcast. The audiences doubled year over year. And they have a big game coming up in December. They're going to broadcast the University of Southern California against UConn with a NFL lead-in, And so
Oh,
they're
wow.
really
Yeah.
making, yeah. So they're making this a real big television event. Juju Watkins from USC against Paige Beckers from UConn. It's just it's really exciting to see. So yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what else did you take from this Fox presentation?
Well, as the New England Patriots fan around EDO, I'm very excited to see Brady up there. He's going to be a commentator now for Fox Sports. So, hoping that he drives engagement like he has in the past. Remember, EDO did an analysis a bit ago when he was still playing about, and we called it the Brady effect, right? So, like engagement with the content and ads when Tom Brady was playing, it was 10% higher, give or take 8 or 10%, somewhere around there. So he definitely makes a difference. So I'm going to be looking to see, when he's calling the games, when he's kind of on the screen in this different way, if he still has that highly engaging effect on viewership.
Yeah, I think that'll be certainly fascinating to see. There were a lot of winners on screen for Fox in terms of Alex Rodriguez was there, Derek Jeter was there, Michael Strahan was there, and they talked a lot about, we are the winning network and you should come win with us, right? They talked about, we have the dominant cable news platform heading into an election year. We have this growing Tubi free ad supported streaming slash
Mm-hmm.
AVOD, fast slash AVOD, however you describe it, uh, platform that's really growing its audience with younger viewers. And we've got the Super Bowl and the NFL, and so there was a really
That's
big
right.
sort of a building of a sense of inevitability with Fox of this juggernaut that just has all these big properties.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a good segue to NBC because they've got
Yeah,
the Olympics, like another
yeah.
big sporting thing that's coming out.
There were a
Um,
lot of shots back and forth between Fox and NBC. NBC, Mike Tirico from NBC was uh, very, he made the point of letting us know that the Olympics have 8 Super Bowls worth of audience impressions, allowing you to connect with customers while emotions are running high.
Oh, wow. Well,
So
that
yeah,
is a shot, but you know what? I think they're both winners. They both have really good platforms, good ways of getting to their audiences, whether it's the Olympics audience or the football audience. But yeah, NBC, I mean, they launched the whole week, right? Like they were the first ones. And I thought that was really appropriate, given that NBC is such like a juggernaut in this industry, and they made sure that we knew that too. Some talk about how they've been around for years and they're not shying away from the fact that they have been doing this for a long time. They have Saturday Night Live, the 50th anniversary. They talked about like the Andy Cohen show has been around for 15 years. So it's like they're not shying away from having this really important, culturally relevant, like legacy programming, but also really like showing how they're evolving and modernizing and kind of keeping up with where the eyeballs are. So
yeah, it was really exciting to see Mark Marshall, their ads chief, shout out one of our statistics in talking about the importance of connection and engagement in advertising on top of reach. They talked about their one total audience platform, a cross-platform campaign they ran that generated 22%
yeah.
more consumer engagement than a campaign that was similar that was just on linear, and that was using EDO statistics. So that was a really exciting moment for us here at EDO. And speaking of the future, uh, Televisa Univision had a really exciting presentation, really really fun. Lots of there's a great opening dance number from some Broadway cast members, and they were talking about this idea. We were in an election a year; it's coming up, and Latin voters are they're the swing voters in the election, and Latin consumers are the swing voters for your brand. And I guess I wanted to ask you, did you know that over 50% of all soccer viewing in the United States happens on Univision? Because that blew me away. But yeah, big summer coming up. We got Copa America, we got the Euros tournament. It's all going to be on Univision. Their streaming platform VIX has 50 million monthly users. They announced. They had Shakira there. She'll be doing some stuff with the Latin Grammy. So really exciting presentation from them. And I think that about does it for what we've seen so far. Thank you all so much for
Yeah.
hanging out. Tune in next week for Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, Netflix, YouTube, and hopefully we'll have something on the first week of the WNBA season, which kicks off, I believe, tonight. So take care,
Sounds good.
everyone. Thanks for
All
hanging
right.
out.
Thanks. Bye.